Hey, come on in. Come on in. I'm waiting on you this evening. Of course, you know what time it is. It's that time. So come on in. We have a great topic tonight. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to be sharing yet another thought, experience, idea with you. It's all about you time. It is Thursday, 8 o'clock, just as I promised. We have a few minutes before 8, and I just wanted to wait on everybody to come in. And if you are watching, say hey, do a thumbs up, kind of let me know you're there so that I'll know who I'm talking to tonight. Just wanted to, this particular topic tonight, weight creates weight, has been a very interesting thought and a very interesting experience. And it's also information that my life coach, Jamie Gould, shared with me at one point in our coaching sessions. And I just wanted to make sure I could share it with you because I never know who I'm talking to on live. I never know who is out there listening, but this information is very powerful, and I really feel like it's going to help someone because it helped me. We'll first cover, the different definitions so that everybody's on the same page and everybody's clear and we're talking about the same thing. And at the same time, once I cover the definitions, and I want to give you just an idea. Yes, I want to just give a disclaimer at first. Losing weight does take effort. Losing weight in your body does take significant time, thought, and effort. But there is also another element in play. And I wanted to share with you this other element that also could be at play, because I couldn't understand why I was choosing to eat certain things when I know it shouldn't be something I should be putting in my mouth. Or if I did eat, I wouldn't just eat one or a little bit of it. I would try to consume as much as I physically could of it until sometimes I was actually miserable. Anybody ever done that? Where you just get something good and you eat, and then you just miserable. You sick. You're like, oh my goodness, I feel awful. I feel like I'm about to throw up. So that can happen. And, when those times come where we are alone, when we are inactive, and when we are quiet and by ourselves and we think no one's really looking, we do sometimes choose to eat more. But have you also noticed that when you are involved in something that you're excited about, that gives you joy, and when you're in the actual act of doing it physically, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something physical, but when you are doing it physically, have you noticed that you're not hungry? You don't even think about food. Unless food is around or it's time to eat and everybody says, okay, let's stop what we're doing and let's eat, you actually don't think about eating. I've had times where I've been at work and I have been training, which is my absolute love. Influencing and having others have the light bulb come on is just something that gives me so much joy. And that's why I became a life coach, because when I learn different things and am exposed to different things, and then I get to share that information in such a way that may cause another to be touched, moved, or inspired, that really lights me up. It just really gives me, with joy, happy, joy. So when I was looking at the fact that there are some of us that no matter matter what we do to change our eating habits, even if we increase our exercise, sometimes our weight either stays the same or it doesn't go up, or it could actually increase. And then we're looking and trying to figure out why am I gaining, or why am I still not able to lose the weight? And a lot of times, and this is, hey, Vicki Overman, a lot of times, sometimes, and just think about it now, when you are not within integrity with yourself and doing what you know you have had in your mind and in your heart and in your soul to do, your body is not fulfilled. Your mind is not fulfilled. Your heart is not as fulfilled as you would like it to be. And sometimes we may do other things that we're happy doing, but it's not our true core desire. It's not our true core desire. So we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. So we're going to just first give you some brief definitions of weight. W-A-I-T, okay? So weight, W-A-I-T, is to stay where one is for a particular time until something else happens. So I'm waiting on the bus, or I am waiting to do something. So you're staying somewhere at a particular time or until something happens. And then it could mean that you're eagerly waiting for something. So you're very excited and you're impatient to do something or go somewhere or be something. So it could mean that kind of wait. Like I'm just waiting to really, I can't wait for this to start. I can't wait for this to happen. Or I can't wait until Thanksgiving. Can't wait until Christmas. Okay? So those are two definitions of W-A-I-T. Hey, Phoenix, Boston. And now the definition for weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. So it's the body's relative mass and the quantity of matter that's within the body. Or it could be the weight that's holding something down. Okay? So those are the two definitions of weight, W-A-I-T, and weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. So the topic tonight is weight, W-A-I-T, creates weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. And what I was explaining is just sometimes when you've done all you can do to try to lose weight and it's still not happening as quick and as fast as it's happening for others, sometimes you need to just take time to investigate your true innate, your core desire, and you may not even know what that is if you've never taken time to really ask yourself, what do I want for me? Now, most women are very good at wanting for others. I want my child to go to school. I want my child to do well. I want my child to have a wonderful life, finish school, get married, have children, and be as happy as they can be. Or I want my husband to do well, so I'll take a step back so his business or his school or his dreams can come true, and I'll support him. Or you are always in support of others, but you haven't yet answered the question, what do you want for you? Now, some of us have been achieving goals and we feel like we're living a dream and things of that nature. But if you still are housing weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, I want to include, in addition to exercising and eating differently, eating healthier, I want to include that you might not be in pursuit of your core dreams and your core desires. You might not. You might have been so much in support of others, you might not even know what that is. Because I've asked some people, well, what do you want for you? And do you know sometimes they can't, they're like, well, long as my babies are happy, or long as my family's happy, then I'm happy. I want to tell you that's not the truth. I want to be in your face and say that's not true. You matter. Your desires matter, and your dreams matter, and you need to get about getting on those types of things. If you don't, you're always going to carry some weight with you. Weight, W-A-I-T, creates weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. The minute that you start to get your goal and to get what you want and to go after it, and you start, all of a sudden you're not as hungry as you used to be. All of a sudden you don't have a desire for the sweets. All of a sudden you want to move. All of a sudden you have energy to be active. All of a sudden things are happening without effort because you are in your calling. You are doing what you are called to do on this earth. And that's all I'm asking you to get back to. So far, you've probably done what your parents wanted you to do. You've probably done what your family wanted you to do. You've probably done what you needed to do to survive and to provide for your family. But does that mean you're doing what you're called to do? That's a whole nother ball game. Your calling may not, and this is just a thought now, I just want you to consider, you may not be doing what you know you are called to do. Yes, we want to make our family proud of us. Yes, we want to do some things that actually have people accept us in the marketplace. But if your calling is to be a dancer, but your family thinks you should be, I don't know, a lawyer or some job that your family thinks is a reliable career, but your calling is to be a singer, or your calling is to do something a little more less permanent or more risque, like being an artist and selling your paintings. How many of you used to paint and you don't paint anymore? How many of you used to dance? And that is just you. When you dance, and you're almost in a different world, like you love to dance, but you don't dance anymore. How many of you absolutely love to swim? How many of you love to cycle? How many of you actually love to just, you have a voice, but you've never pursued professional singing before? I promise you, there is something in you. If you are carrying weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, there is something in you that you are putting on the back burner, weight, W-A-I-T, and it is causing what you are experiencing. I promise you, it is more. It is a little bit more, just a little bit more than just getting out here exercising every day and eating all the healthy foods and drinking plenty of water. It takes that. So don't get me wrong, it takes all of that. But when you still are not getting down to the size that you should be, or you still not getting the results as fast as you should get them, there's still a piece missing, and that piece is your dreams, your desires, and your calling for your life. And that's all you got to add. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Like if I had all the money, all the friends, all the prestige, all the respect, all the admiration in the world that I would ever need, what else would I have a strong desire to still do? Really think about that and write it down, and start writing down some other things that you want. Keep writing. I want, like with me, I want a motorcycle. Child, just thinking about that thing gets me stirred up. I mean, you want to get back to what you want to do. Some things that light you up. Some of the things you probably never tell anybody else, but it really do get you. I mean, it makes you happy just to think about it. Those are the things that you want to start pursuing, that you want to start doing, that makes you happy. Because when the body is happy, it will start to heal itself. Have you ever heard of people healing themselves because they are laughing, and laughter's healing? Yeah, there's a reason why. Because when the body and the soul and the mind is happy, the body starts to get in a healthier state, which means it'll burn more calories. It will not even have you have cravings for sweets and have cravings because you'll be too occupied with doing your dream or the things that you're wanting to do. And when your mind is occupied, food is not an occupation of your mind. So all I want to do is just give you a different thought tonight. Just write down, what would I do for me? You. What would you do for you if you had everything that you wanted? The relationships, the spouses, the significant, everything. In other words, you have no need for nothing. What would you still have a burning desire to do? And that, my friends, is your true core desires. But you got to peel that thing back like an onion. Everybody say new house, new car, new spouse, new this, new that. But you know what? That's all superficial. That's all superficial. What is it that you really have always wanted to do? Always. But you done talked yourself out of it. You have felt like now you're too old. Now you got too many kids. I've had that one before. In other words, we do this. Well, I'll do that as soon as. Y'all ever had the soon as conversation? Well, let me wait till my mama get out the hospital. Well, let me wait till the kids get, in school. So that was some of the ones I had. Like when my kids were small, I was like, well, they're so small and I don't want to miss this time with them. So let me wait till they get in school. And then I had now that they're in school, I probably need to wait till they get in college. And then it was, well, let me just wait till they get out of college. And then, but you know what? Someone said, Sharon, stop with the excuses. Stop it. It is never going to be a right time for you to do what it is that you know you are called to do. There's never going to be a right circumstances to do what it is that you are called to do. There's never going to, in other words, don't nobody need to give you permission but you. And all you have to do is make up your mind to get it done. A made up mind is a majority. And as soon as you make up your mind to do what you know you are called to do, everyone else will fall in line. I promise you, your kids will start to support you. Your husband or your spouse or your significant other will start to support you. Everything will start to fall in line. So get rid of the fear. Get rid of the excuses and start doing what you know God put you on this earth to do. If you know that you are a leader and that you can lead women out of the bondage and the hell that they in, then why don't you go to a shelter? Why don't you go somewhere where you know women are hurting and start leading them? Start talking to them. Start leading. Start doing what you are called to do. Stop leaving excuses in your mind, because excuses will create weight. W-E-I-G-H-T. Because you're waiting on something to happen in order to be who you're called to be. So I want you to know that wait, W-A-I-T, creates weight. W-E-I-G-H-T. Now, you know Sharon don't keep you long. I always come in at 8 o'clock on Thursdays, and I try to give you some information that hopefully will change your life. Stop using excuses today. Just stop. Just get out a pen, pencil, whatever, and a paper. Cut the TV off. Cut the cell phone off. And get in a quiet place with God and ask Him if you don't know. Lord, you put me here on this earth to do something. What is that? What is it that you will have me do? And act like I'm 3. And just be quiet. And just write down ideas that make you feel good. Just write down ideas that give you a good feeling in your soul and in your spirit. And don't use any filters when you do that. In other words, when I mentioned to y'all just a few minutes ago, I want to buy a motorcycle. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to get that motorcycle because that thing lights me up every time I say it. Then I'll hear in my mind my grandmother talking about, have you lost your mind? You know you're a mother. What happens if you have an accident? Who gonna raise your kids? You need to get that out your head. That's a dumb thought. That's stupid. You should be thinking about doing, you know that? That's what you gotta quiet. That's called noise. And that's what you gotta quiet. If you have a desire to do it, and it's not going to hurt anyone else, and it is not against the law, and it's not illegal, and it is not going to be anything bad, if you have a desire to do good, then it was given to you by God. Have you ever asked yourself, why do you want $1 million home and don't nobody else in your family want that? Because God said so. Have you ever asked yourself, well, why do you want to travel the country? And ain't nobody else even been out of your city that's in your family or your state. And then every time you talk about going, out of the country, they go, oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go over there. What you mean? There's people doing it every day. Or what if you have a desire and you voiced it, but somebody killed it? They just killed it dead. Gave you excuses, every excuse in the book why you should not do that. But you still have a desire to do that. I'm giving you permission tonight. I'm going to just step up and be the who said of the greatest magnitude in your life right now and say, get it done. You ain't going to be happy till you do. If you were supposed to start your business years ago, start it today. If you were supposed to do something or start an organization, start it today. If you were supposed to be, let's just say you're supposed to travel the country, or you're supposed to be somewhere else doing something else and you never did it, buy your ticket today. Stop with the excuses, because wait creates wait. Thank you so much for tuning in to It's All About You, because it really is all about you. There is no one stopping you from doing anything you want to do. If you're not happy in the job that you're in right now, change it. If you know that you're not happy, get a job that's going to make you happy. I don't care how long you've been there. I can get tired of hearing people talk, well, I'm just a few years from retiring. So Letitia Blyther's on the line, and she didn't have no problem quitting her job. She's in business for herself. She's doing things that she needed to do. And she did that in the middle of having brain surgery. I'm telling you, do not let nothing stop you. She's a leader. She is going to talk to people. She is going to lead people. She visualizes herself being famous. She knows she has a story in her, a book in her. She knows she's got so many things that's going on. And she is going to do every last one of those things. Everything fall out of her mouth come true. I don't doubt nothing. And Kim Wells is another. With the V-Wish organization. Oh my gosh, helping battered women. And women, me, and really it's women and men that are battered and abused. It's not just women anymore. And she's helping those individuals get resources and things of that nature. And if that kind of stuff lights you up, then you have to. You have to do it. That's what you were put here to do. Stop using excuses. I'm begging you. Please do what you were called to do. Because there are some souls that are assigned to you. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, they may be lost. They may be lost. So increase is up to you. Losing weight is up to you. And having a joyful life and living a dream is also up to you. Have a great night. We'll talk to you next week, next Thursday, 8 o'clock, and we'll see you then.